put these on, you'll need them. Huh? What does that mean? Oh. Welcome to 2020. It's a brand new year. There's no better time than New Year's to talk about exercise, so now that everyone's home from their mandatory one day at the gym, let's get back to playing some video games. Fitness games have always been strange. Outside of the inventiveness of Wii Fit, there isn't much fascination to be had in this very niche market. You've got stuff like Just Dance, branded Nike and Zumba games from back in the Kinect era, and the emergence of VR games with intense movement like Sprint Vector and Beat Saber, but none of them have ever been able to captivate my lazy gamer brain for more than a few days.
Dragaux, how's it going?
I punched my desk and my hand hurts really bad.
That is, until Nintendo said, okay, but what if we made a platformer where you have to run in place mixed with an RPG where the character is you, and to do the battle moves, you gotta do exercises. And then Nintendo also said, what if we built some weird ring thing and made everything way too good? Like, I'm talking story, art design, characters, music. Fuck it. Let's hit it out of the park and make Game of the Year 2019, and it also happens to be a good workout. Ring Fit Adventure, a game I expected to be a passing fad to waste $80 on, ended up becoming one of my favorite games of 2019. And this is coming from me, a person that has not exercised regularly in years. I started playing Ring Fit back in November, and I have now played this game more than some of the biggest releases I picked up in 2019. Luigi's Mansion, Astral Chain, Mario Maker 2, they have all somehow paled in comparison to the level of creativity and detail in Ring Fit that has kept me excited to play just about every day I'm not too sore. I probably sound crazy. Let me explain. The main draw of Ring Fit Adventure is the Adventure Mode, described as a long-form fitness program where you save a fantasy world through exercise. Each of the game's worlds has a map with levels, side quests, and shops, and the gameplay is broken down into 3 main categories. When you begin a level, you run by jogging in place and interact with the world by pushing and pulling on the ring con. You put the other Joy-Con in a strap on your leg so the game can detect your leg movements. When you encounter an enemy during a level, the game transitions into a turn-based RPG where you attack enemies by doing repetitions of different equipable workout moves, ranging from easier moves like ring raises and arm spins to oh fuck oh shit moves like squats, mountain climbers, and leg scissors. Like everyone says they're excited, and then Ring Fit makes you do leg scissors.
Uno, dos, and more.
The third type of gameplay is found on the world map outside of regular levels in the form of various minigames. You can make a car jump with thigh presses, swing your arms to deflect robot projectiles, and yes, you can even do squats and arm presses to make pottery. Also, remember when I said the game calls itself a long-term fitness program? Yeah, they aren't kidding around. You might clear World 1 and 2 and think you'll be done with the game in a week or two, but then the game says, nope, every world from here on out is massive. And guess what? This isn't some little baby game. Guess how many worlds there are? 8? 10? 13? Dude, there are over 20 worlds. With over 30 active days played, I'm currently on World 15. That's only like a little over halfway done. So let it be known that this is a real review. Everyone that made a video on this game just did first impressions, but me? I've been playing the game for 3 months. Now, before I discovered the magic of Ring Fit, I might have said, wow, okay, cool, this game is long and all in classic RPG fashion, but the real question is, what is it about this game that makes me actually want to exercise when I get up every day? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but the main point I want to talk about is Ring Fit's wonderfully spread out approach to RPG strategy systems and general game design that reflects the slow and steady process of exercise and fitness. I think it's safe to say video game spoilers are inevitable. Even if you get a game at a midnight release, you'll probably still see leaks or early copies on the internet no matter how hard you try to avoid them. However, since no one I know has progressed as far as me in Ring Fit and there aren't as many posts online, I have been actively avoiding spoilers for this game more than anything in recent memory. I'm practically playing the game completely blind, which I feel like is rare nowadays, and every new level or power-up or enemy or plot point the game gives me feels like a reward for continued play. When you are first dropped into the world of Ring Fit, you accidentally bust this dickhead, ridiculously buff Rule 34 looking ass dragon named Dragaux out of Ring Prison and must journey with the enthusiastic, geniusly named Ring to stop his reign of terror. The game is then incredibly simple and bare bones at the start. You have several attacks with different, seemingly meaningless colors, and there's no healing skills, no nothing. I fought Dragaux for the first time, and as a reflection of my weak character and early state in the game, I was feeling sick and exhausted on the floor. But here's where the magic comes in. Slowly but surely, through every day of exercise, things get better. The game is filled to the brim with unlockable abilities and features as a reward for coming back each day. The first example of this is the obvious addition of type weaknesses. Enemies of the same color now take more damage from certain skills. And just like that, there is a constant sense of discovery. You might get new skills or more hearts for leveling up, and you'll make it to a new world and boom, you can row a boat with your abs now. You can make smoothies now. It took me several weeks to unlock the skill tree. I don't know a lot about yoga. I mean, I know tree pose, but damn, y'all got tree pose level 2 now? What happens when you do that one? The game recently gave me a double jump, and now that I can jump over enemies and ignore certain battles, it feels like cheating. So I just run into enemies anyway sometimes because I want the XP. The combat isn't anything too complicated or difficult, but it's fun. Some enemies have special skills, so maybe you'll focus the birds and yoga mat enemies first so they don't call in backup or heal the boss. You can only have a certain amount of skills equipped at any given time, and each level has different enemies, so based on the level's recommendations, it might be leg day. Sorry, I don't make the rules. You could make some extra damage smoothies though, and honestly, there are too many smoothies. I am becoming too powerful. Dragaux, I'm here to fight you. Actually, wait 1 second. Okay. Now I increase my attack power, I change all my skill colors to red, I have an extra turn and a guaranteed rush, and I get double EXP and money after this fight. Let's go. Yeah, that's right. Hydrate or dehydrate, bitch. And the true beauty of Ring Fit's game design is this. If the game becomes too easy, if you're sweeping through enemies with one skill rotation and bosses no longer make you feel like they just decked you through the TV screen, you don't up the game's difficulty in a traditional sense. You up the difficulty on yourself. Each time you increase the difficulty level, which ranges from 1 to 30, the amount of reps required for each attack changes. Ring Fit Adventure will actually beat you up in real life. Dragaux, why the fuck did you install so many machines that require squats to get to your stadium? Now for everything else. This game wouldn't be as addictive as it is with its gameplay alone. I mean, clearly, cause it would just be exercise. The true enjoyment comes from the way said gameplay is mixed with colorful visuals, a surprisingly impressive soundtrack, and a cheesy yet surprisingly captivating storyline with the most care I've ever seen given to a game about exercise. While the game progresses very slowly due to the fact that I'm trying to 100% it while also out of shape, the writing is cute and makes me smile, and even minor characters like shopkeepers are given time to shine through side quest dialogue. I mean, sure, the main story is super corny between a talking ring that sounds like Goku and a buff bastard dragon, but there's clearly some heart in the writing. Dragaux doesn't even have voice acting, and the writing in this game makes him the ultimate cocky strongman asshole character. And on the topic of voice acting, it's a major disappointment that Ring is the only character with voiced dialogue because it's done perfectly. Nearly every line he has is voice acted, whether it's to explain your new rewards and powers or constantly cheer you on during runs and workouts just like a personal trainer would.
Uh-oh, run faster or it'll just push you back. This will focus on working your legs. Great! Your sweat is so shiny and beautiful.
While there's so much care and love put into Ring Fit, the lack of voice acting is a feature I feel like Nintendo dropped the ball on and would have really added to the game. Now, the last story point I need to mention are the other 4 characters, known as the 4 Masters. At first, they train and fight with you to defeat Dragaux, but are overtaken by his dark influence, and the majority of the game revolves around you rescuing them. They each represent one of the 4 fitness types in the game, and let me just tell you, these fuckers at Nintendo knew exactly what they were doing. 2 buff-ass dudes named Armando and Abdonis, an old yoga lady named Guru Andma, and Allegra for, you know, the legs. The hot girl gets the legs, because of course she does. She literally tries to step on you. That's her attack. Hey Nintendo, why am I playing footsie with the hot woman? What if someone walked in my room while I was playing this? E10 plus my ass. But the shopkeeper is okay, I like her, she's mine. Finally, let's talk about audio, because do you want to work out and have it sound like this? Or do you want it to sound like you are the protagonist of a fantasy video game?
Yes! Yeah! Nice! Excellent! Victory!
The audio in this game is a treat, and it's one of the aspects of Ring Fit that surprised me the most. They didn't have to make the main menu into a bunch of interactive instruments. Or throw absolute jams into just about every part of the game, but they did. Look at it like this. Every year, there are multi-million-dollar, massively scaled AAA game releases that range from underwhelming to awful. Meanwhile, Nintendo decides to make a fucking exercise game with dynamic music that changes based on who you're talking to in the item shop. And then when you see both characters, it harmonizes. And oh, what, did you think Dragaux only has one theme for his cutscenes? Well, how about a normal one, a yoga one, and a disco dancing one? Because why not? I'm at a loss for words. I mean, after all my years of game and music analysis, I have been bested by a talking ring named Ring and a buff-ass dragon in a fitness game. At its core, Ring Fit Adventure is a fitness game, but instead of feeling like something boring with a cheap gimmick slapped on, it feels like a real thought-out experience with a lot of heart that just so happens to be centered around exercise. I've hated exercise for as long as I can remember, and if I told me from a couple years ago I'd want to do squats and planks every day, he'd think I was insane. But Ring Fit is enough to trick my dumb, stupid brain and bring me a sense of pride each time I play it, so I hope it continues to get the recognition it deserves. If you can afford its slightly steep price tag and are looking for a way to start getting active, this is one of my strongest recommendations in a while. Originally, I was just gonna plug my Instagram at the end of this video because I've been posting a lot about Ring Fit, but hey, let's do a giveaway too. Follow me on Instagram at yakkocmn and leave a comment on this picture of me in my sweet workout gear before February 4th, and I'll pick a winner and send them a copy of Ring Fit Adventure. I must promote this game to as many people as possible. Just make sure to take note of the game's helpful warnings and tips as you play. I'm worried that I'll get too muscular. Yeah, I'm returning this game. Hello, again. I'm just here to give a quick shout out to Han Solo 44 and all of the other cool people that support me on Patreon. If you'd like to support my videos, you can check it out in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.